Today we are joined by Mrs. Lucine Pemberton-Vaughn, health educator and counselor in the National HIV/AIDS Secretariat in the Ministry of Health. Lucine is here to tell us about an upcoming event and remind us how we can protect ourselves and others from contracting HIV. Always good information. So welcome to Good Morning SKN.
Morning.
Good morning and thank you.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
So, first of all, can you tell us about the upcoming event on Friday?
On Thursday, February 10th, from 9 to 3, it's a pre-Valentine event. We are having the issuing of the lover's license. Issuing of lover's license / rider's license. And everyone knows that love comes with a lot of stuff. And when we talk love, we hear love. On Valentine's Day, a lot of people would love to make love, so we have to make sure that our population is safe. So what we are doing on Thursday, we are issuing license. Really, you will be taken through the entire process. It's the same as licensing. You have your oral test, you have your written test, you have your practical test, and we will be doing HIV testing. So it's a process, it's exciting, it's fun, it's free. You can't afford to miss it.
But can you tell us what this license entails, or just what you just tell us, that's it?
No.
Can you break down anything for us?
Yes, it's a lover's license. Before you engage in any sexual activity, you should have a license. One, you should show that you have been tested. Then you must be able, that practical session, you should know how to protect yourself. So we are going to have it. It's Valentine, be my Valentine. It's your condom or mine. And so we will ensure that you have your gear, your protection gear. After you have been given that license, so you know if you're positive or you're negative, we don't expect you to go and drive recklessly. So we give you your seat belt, as it were, which would be your sheet belt. So it is a part of Operation Safe Streets, Safe Sheets. And just like how you have to make sure that you drive safely on the street, we would like you to ride safely in the sheets.
I gotta say, for the next few moments on Good Morning SKN, we are on the road to love.
Indeed.
All right, so I'm a little curious about the oral testing that you were talking about. What does that entail?
Okay, it's, as it implies, not the oral, but the oral, if you know what I mean. And that too, we have something for that, for the oral sex. There is the dental dam, so you can be kept safe there also. But the oral test is getting that client be able to talk with you comfortably about sex. A lot of us look as if we are working for the Nike company. We just do it.
Just do it.
No, you should be able to talk about it, or you have no business doing it.
Exactly.
And so we would be able to dialogue with you and see your areas that you would need more education on, and see your vulnerabilities, what puts you most at risk, so that we can talk about it, so that you can make the necessary steps towards staying HIV negative.
So here's a question. Who should get tested?
Everybody should get tested. If you are planning to engage in sexual activities, you must have a baseline. So you must know where you stand, and you must also know where your partner stands. Unfortunately, sex is not just about you. It takes two, and in our context, 2 or 3 or more. So it's not just about you. So you must know where you stand. So you should have that test before. Once you are sexually active, you should get tested at least once a year. It's a part of your general checkup. It's sexual health, you know. A lot of us, we check our blood pressure, we check our blood sugar, we have cancer tests, we check our hearts, and we eliminate sexual health. And we want to say that this is a very important area and shouldn't be left out. So if you are planning to, if you are having it, if you used to, because HIV can be in the body for at least 8 years, 10 years without symptoms. And so you must know what happened when I used to have sex. Is it still hiding in the crevices? So get tested. And when we give you that license, as soon as you have unprotected sex, your license has expired. So you need to come back in. Okay?
Oh, so this license only lasts so long?
So long.
Okay.
Yes.
Somebody that is not active, would you recommend that they get tested at all?
Well, you know that HIV could be had outside of outside of sex. So once you have been exposed to bodily fluids, yes, you should come and get tested. And it's not hard. It's just a finger prick and you get back your results in 10 to 15 minutes. It doesn't hurt. Knowledge is power. So know where you stand so that you can help yourself and you can help somebody else.
Yeah, exactly. That's the question. What is the best protection against
HIV and AIDS?
What's the best protection? You really want to hear that?
I really want to hear that.
Okay.
Our viewers want to hear that.
Well, we have the ABCs of prevention, and first is abstinence. Yes, abstinence is still an option. And sometimes we tend to think that it's just the school children, but no, it's for adults. Are we really prepared? Are we ready psychologically, physically, mentally, emotionally abstain? And then B, we have be faithful. Be faithful meaning that you have to stick with one partner, one male, one female. But I've had clients who said, I have 3 women that I am being faithful to, only those 3. So no, it's be faithful. And because I have no control over that, because I could be faithful and my partner may not be, it is the big C. So first, A, abstinence, B, be faithful, and the big C is correct, consistent condom use. Correct, consistent condom use. Actually, nobody in this day and age should be having unprotected sex. And if you are, I hope that you realize that it's a risk. So even if you're married, understand that it is still a risk you're taking. Marriage is not a condom. So protect yourself.
We're on the road to love this morning.
Oh, yes.
Speaking with Lucine, I'm never going to look at the alphabet the same. I'm never going to look at a road the same. And I guess that's part of your messaging, including what you are wearing, that shirt.
Yes.
And what does it read for the benefit of our viewers?
It is asking a question. Are you positive? You are negative? A lot of us say, I'm good, but you're as good as the test says. You would never know. I trust my partner, so I know that we are good. So we are saying, know your status. And guess what? Some people get tested and they said, well, if I'm good, my partner is also good. But that's not true. We have had partners, one is positive and one is negative. And so your status is really your status. So you are only responsible, you're only sure about you. But this is only this shirt. As you asked about protection, you have me on a fast road. It says cover up and cover down.
Oh boy.
Especially during this pandemic. As we step out at mornings, we ensure that we have our masks. We ensure that we have our hand sanitizers. And when we are working, we have our different tools. But for Valentine's Day, you know that you're in the love game, so you better be prepared. We have the female condom, and we have the male condom. We will talk about that some more. Different sizes, different tastes, different smell, different colors. You know that love is enticing.
Lucine, you are really enjoying this conversation. Now, let me ask you this question. If someone tests positive, what is the next step?
The next step is to say congratulations. There are a lot of persons out there running around positive and don't know. And by the time they start experiencing signs and symptoms, they would have progressed to AIDS. And maybe by that time, depending on how far you've gone, it's too late.
Okay.
That is the importance of testing. If you have tested positively, then we will now walk you through the step. A part of your code would be the doctor who you would have chosen, and we now get you into care. Then you would be taking your antiretroviral medication on a daily basis. That would help to bring your viral load so low, making it virtually impossible to pass on. So it goes to undetectable levels. So you really have to know where you stand. If you don't come forward, we can't help you. But knowing your status is beautiful, whether it's negative or positive, because you can live a long, healthy, productive life. And I don't understand what people are waiting for. The test is free. The treatment is free. Everything is free.
I know. So they don't have an excuse. They don't have an excuse.
Well, we're waiting until Thursday, so tell us again where it's going to be.
At the Ministry of Health, Bladen's Commercial Development. It is from 9 until 3. You can come, you can call me. I do house calls, 664-2939. You have competent, confidential counselors, people who really care.
I like the fact that you do house calls, because one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about very briefly was the apprehension that someone in the public might face when they think, I don't want people to see me getting tested. They might know I'm doing things that, maybe I shouldn't be doing in their estimation. So maybe I just won't get tested at all. But the house calls seem to be a very good.
Are we hiding something?
I'm not hiding anything. I'm right here.
Okay. We are all adults. People are even afraid to buy condoms. I want us to reach that stage in our society where sex is no longer a taboo and people feel free to do what is best for him or herself. No, we also do house calls, but if you are coming to the ministry, feel free. We understand there is no stigma, there is no judgment, there is no discrimination, and I want to send a word out now. Stigma and discrimination is a very big problem that we are facing. How people look at you, what people think about you, which leads to how people treat you. And that is what is driving the epidemic. So persons are afraid to come for testing. Persons are afraid to disclose their status with their partners. Men who are having sex with men are afraid to come out. And so they go on the down low, and then they go undercover, and some of them are married, and they come back to you and your children. So we are driving that by being discriminatory. So we are saying we have to ease up on the judgment. And HIV and AIDS now, it's just like a chronic illness. It's the same as blood sugar, it's the same as blood pressure. People should feel free to say, girl, I had a test and I'm positive.